How would you like to get loads of customers knocking on your courier business, asking you, hey, please help me and I'll pay you whatever it is you need for it? Hi, this is Michael from Viral Home-Based Pursuit. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to market your courier company with digital marketing. Okay, I'm going to show you the 5+ best ways on how to do this. I'm going to go behind the scenes and I'm going to show you what I've been using to help out courier businesses in these times, right? And maybe you have already started one or you're thinking about it and you just want to know how to market it effectively. And, I could just tell you that there are all these offline traditional ways. And I don't want to spend too much time on that. I might leave some of that down below in the description. I might cover it just slightly, but I want to get into the digital component because that's what I do. I'm a digital strategist first and foremost. I've actually worked in a courier business. So this is going to give you firsthand experience. And unlike other videos out there where they just tell you how to market or they're just old ways. And this one won't be about how to start a courier business, okay? I may leave that. I may make a video for that for another time. But this one is going to hit home with you because I've actually worked in one and it's, at first it was a lot because I'm not going to say the name of the company or companies that I've helped out too, but there is just so much of the logistics that goes into it, one, but then two, it's like the business owners or owner, they forget about the marketing, and the marketing is like the high income activity. And that's something that's where I come in. I know how to market. I know how to do sales to the extent of being able to work from home full time doing it really as a digital strategist, digital entrepreneur. And so getting a firsthand look to see what they do on a daily basis, being in one, and then actually, always talking with the owners, and just understanding their problems, I got a better idea of what their needs are, their desires, what problems, what questions, what roadblocks, what are the results that they want to get to but can't, because all they see on this side of the fence is like the carrot or a stick, and they want to get to the carrot over here, but they have to cross this bridge, and in this bridge there's all these roadblocks, questions, problems, and there's friction that eventually will start sloping down or will start creasing, kind of like tectonic plates, right? And everything concaves down in. So I'm going to show you, but right now I just kind of want to start off by giving you one thing to market it effectively, and that is, and this is going to be a faster way of getting it out there. And it is with Google Ads, okay? Google AdWords is one that I use on a daily basis for my own business. I do things online. Again, I started a blogging site a long time ago, and that's what got me into this world of digital marketing. And I started understanding after that, like how to help out businesses acquire more leads, customer acquisition, fan acquisition, lead generation, sales, the whole shebang, everything. And so I've been doing that for many years. And I've come across like one of the fast ways, and it can be very profitable, is running Google AdWords. And what I noticed with courier businesses is there can be a lot of listings competing for competitive keywords. So what happens is, if you're unfamiliar, you're competing with other couriers depending on a certain phrase or a keyword that you use. Now, there might not be a lot of search intent, people searching online, let's say courier delivery, and they might be looking for a courier delivery in your location. And then there might be a lot of ads that pop up above the screen before you can see all those blog posts, right? And I rank blog posts, by the way, so I really know my way in and out of Google and other search engines. But you see all the results of the ads appearing more or less. Again, it depends on the phrase that you're bidding on, right? It's called pay-per-click. You're bidding on that search term, and the more competitive it is, usually the more cost it'll be. And so, without looking at the dashboard here, it's kind of like if you're competing for a keyword that says courier delivery or courier delivery in your area, like courier delivery Vancouver, Portland, wherever it may be, it might be showing you that the earnings per click and then the cost per click, it's like, for a conversion, maybe it's like $1.50, or a cost per click that's $1.50. And so and then it gives you a low into a max. So it might be the lowest $1.50, the highest is $3.30. So you want to gauge off, you likely want to go higher on bidding if you want to appear at the higher of the search results, meaning doesn't always mean it gets the most amount of clicks. It could get the most amount of an impression, but what I've learned through experience is that second to third position is like the sweet spot. 2 and 3, yeah, usually are the ones that, because people will look at the ad. If they see that one, they'll look at another one. And usually the latest one that they look at is the one that they're clicking on. But it's also more important that when you create an ad, that you launch it with all the criteria you need. So I'm going to get into the share screen here and kind of going to go over, before I do all that, I'm going to show you what I use. But first of all, let me get into this whiteboard. So what happens is when you are on a Google ad, right? You know those Google ads that appear. I don't think I have to show you that part, but you know, you just do a search, for example. And you first of all get all the business listings. This might be leading to Yelp, and Yelp is another one that I'm going to touch on, but I wanted to start off with Google AdWords. But you can see all the businesses here. Make sure that I won't touch too much on this because it's a basic thing. It's like make sure you have your website optimized so that it's showing up on Google search results. You need to have it like this. You see the courier, different couriers around here. You want it to show up so when people actually search your name, I won't put the name of the company that I've worked with and I helped out, but to kind of keep the integrity of this video and the company, it's got to appear. So you know when you type in a certain like place, right? It can be anything, and it shows you a certain one, like on the right side here. It shows you the hours it's open, and it shows you blah blah blah. That extra information that obviously won't work because it's not as specific. But that's what you want. You want it to give you the time, the hours, and it's a part of it just listing yourself on Google My Business with all the additives. And there's more that goes into that world with adding code and stuff if you would like, which is beneficial, but I won't get into that in this video. But you know, when you're searching through here, you might run in through the first listings. You see Yelp, you see businesses listing right here. The higher, the better. I'll get into that later. But usually, let's see. Usually there will be ads. You see that one up here that appears at the very top? That's what I mean by that. And then there are more down here, and there could be more listings depending on what bid you're going for. So appearing on there will give you faster results. Okay, 1, faster results abbreviated. 2, it can get you as many customers, even unlimited customers as you want. So you for unlimited. And so it's really depends on the amount of volume that you're going to get to that ad. So it depends on the amount of keywords you're using. It could be the quality. It's more of the quality of the keyword, how many people are actually searching for that, and that you can draw a conclusion on of how many people are likely going to be you're going to get search impressions for, and who's going to be actually, like, can't gauge on who's actually going to be clicking, like demographically or psychographically speaking, but you can make an inference on this keyword gets 1,000 searches per month, and there are probably like 2 to 3 ads appearing. But how your question you have to ask is, how can I get that traffic to my post as opposed to your competitors? And that's where the magic happens, and that's where me as a marketer comes in. And if you need help with this stuff, let me know. Come to me. I've been doing this for some time now, and like I said, I worked for a courier business, and so I understood like what it took and the insides of it and how to grow it, right? I've been able to grow it not only with customer acquisition, but helping out with the sales part and a whole bunch of other ways. But I'll leave that down below in the description. You can actually come to this website, and I'll talk about websites in a little bit, and just kind of my standalone, and I might have a new one, but I have many of them. And so this is when you can come to and get to know more about me, my wealth portfolio, and how to contact. But number two, that just is the unlimited traffic source that you can tap into, because when you get fast results, that is all about reverse engineering how that happens. So to be able to get people to land on your website, for example, the goal here is to get a lead, right? Lead generation. So that way you can eventually have your receptionist or somebody who handles the phone calls or the emails or whatever that may be, that sales process, right? That you're using a pipeline. Imagine having a pipeline where you're trying to get people through the door. At the top of the funnel, you have the content. Your content might be that ad, and then below that is going to be the monetization strategy or the monetization funnel. And then after that is like the offer you give them, and then that's what creates the customer. So it's whenever I assess and I create a plan for a certain person, everybody has a unique need. You all have a different unique angle. So I have to understand like how the traffic is out there, right? The people are always searching, or the people are on social media, but how do you get them to come to you? That's top of the level stuff. You just have to have all of the fundamentals down. And when I've worked with couriers, it's like they don't have that part at all. Like they don't understand their systems completely. Their worst case scenarios, they have to have that. They have to have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D when things don't go wrong, and they can't be blaming other people for things in case of anything, right? It's all up to you and how you approach it, right? You have to look at it and be responsible for these things, okay? And so what happens is you get the top of the level, the traffic, Google ad example, comes through, they see this ad, and this ad has the copy. It's created where you have a hook, a story, and an offer to give people. Every time I look into somebody's business, I always assess those three things. Do you have a good hook? Do you have the story? And do you have an offer? Let me quickly explain about the hook, story, offer framework. And that is basically you start off with an offer, and I reverse engineer things. The offer being, what can I give my future customer, right? I'm thinking about how can I generate the lead, because the lead then will give me the long-term value of a customer, means they can stay on for longer, not as like, oh, they want to come to your courier business and make one transaction, become a hotshot customer, and then go away. Or maybe they come back, but you're unsure if they're going to be on a recurring basis. Well, they're just going to be there from time to time. And you don't want that. You want quality leads, right? When I worked with this courier business, I wasn't seeing, like I saw, okay, where was the most revenue being generated? Those are your high quality leads. Well, how can we get more if that's what they wanted? But not so much, how can I pick all these little ones day to day that will then generate more revenue and may help me grow? If that's the thinking you have, it has to be, which ones can I have that are going to become reoccurring customers? And also they can become high paying and not cheap, right? And I'll get on that in a little bit, but offer, give them something. It might be that you send somebody from, usually the traditional thing is you send people from an ad to your website, and then you're like, you send them to a part where it's like contact us, or a contact us page, and it's like they have to go through like 30 different things before they fill it out, right? And so that can be confusing. Or sometimes if you send them to a homepage, it can work. You just have to test. And I do that with the people that I work with. I work with testing on the homepage. I work on testing with my funnels, and I'll get into funnels in a little bit. Certain contact forms, I A/B split test. And what I noticed is when you split test, it makes all the difference. And what happens is I was sending people to a long form, like, give me your pickup destination, your delivery destination, all contact numbers, names, emails in case, the description, is it going to be a flat rate, over 100 pounds, and all these different things that they can do. But are you getting the right person that's going to fill it out? Every time you land somebody on that page, you got to ensure that they're going to want to fill it all out. Not just like, oh my God, there's too much information here, I'll go somewhere else, right? So you have to send the right traffic to the right offer, your offer being that contact, that get a quote page. That's your offer at that moment. And so what happens is I was split testing a shorter one and a longer one, and it, went both ways. It just depends on the quality of it. Again, it depends on your testing. Okay, who was the person that filled this out? Okay, they're a construction company. Okay, they filled out the longer one, so they're in higher need. And these are the people that I serve, and these are the people that I want to work with. And then, then I have a medical company who needs more help too. But then I also have the low tire kickers who might have filled out the higher form or even the shorter form, and they just want to like $20 flat rate charge for a trip that costs for a trip that's over $1 an hour, over 50 miles. That would be like $50, 50 plus and up or so, right? Depending on the miles per dollar you're charging. And so that goes back to saying, okay, what's the offer that I'm trying to create for them? The offer. And so what I like to do, like, it doesn't always have to be like, I'm going to give you something for free so that way you can get this and that. But what I'm getting to now is like giving something away for free in exchange for an email address. Now, while you're probably asking me why, give me a second. I will explain this to you. There is value in free. Don't think, oh, I don't want to give anything away for free. I don't want them to think, they can get all this stuff from me for free. And that's what I had at one point with a business owner. And I had to, go through my methodology of marketing to really get them to understand so we were on the same page. But free meaning, like, what can I give this person so that they think, wow, they're really unique and different than anybody else I know or I will ever have to come in contact with. They give me something for free. They give me the value to connect with them. They're giving me a free newsletter. They're giving me a rate report sheet. And that's one of the big things you can offer your market, right? You can use this within a Google ad to run people to a rate report. Not always, depends on, the intention of it. But another thing is using Facebook, and that's where I want to draw this in with Facebook. Even Instagram works, and other places too, but Facebook effectively, if you're not on there, you better be, okay? Aside from using the pages, the Facebook business page, if you're going to use a business page, I think you should invest a little bit of money into boosting or into the Facebook Business Manager of ads, because it's now become a pay to play. And to get that kind of an exposure with free traffic, it'll take a lot of time. It'll take months and months on end, and that could be something that we plan on, but it's going to be something that you have to keep in mind that it'll not be there in the next month, 2 months, 3 months down the road. You're looking 6 months even plus, because if you're just a brand new page, it'll take you some time. Okay, so Facebook business page is one of them, but you can grow it in this strategic way. When I work with companies, I won't pull it up here, but I have the marketing strategy plan that I've done for companies, for courier companies. So I can always model that with yours. And I have, it's a full on, it's a lot of pages on Microsoft Word. You won't have to look at it all. It's kind of for me to reference. And if you want to look at it too, it'll help. Helps me put together a framework or a strategy and a tactic for me to make sure you get the right outcomes, not the wrong ones. Not that I'm wasting my time on the things that don't matter. And so, like I said, Google Ads can be one that you go in there and get faster results, but you have to also, if you want to get quality leads, you have to pre-qualify them. And it's a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of the courier businesses that I've worked with, they don't get it. After I have had to explain it to them in a certain way that I do as a marketing strategist, they get it. It's well, yeah, I can just let it run. And yeah, but if you're going to get tire kickers, what's the point of doing it? So what another way of that I run these type of, let me go back in here. Another way that I run these kind of ads is taking them into a funnel. Let me see here. I want to pass it. Let me type it in here. I think it's this one. But what I do is I run them sometimes through a survey / quiz funnel where it qualifies the person on the ad, hey, is this the right courier business? And I format the ad in a way where it shows them hey, this is the way to go if you want to be one of our customers, because you don't want to take tire kickers, right? So this is the process. If they were to click on an ad, this is one of the ways I could test. They go in here, they answer a set of questions, and then I will redirect them to, like, let's say a page created on your website to go and, it could be a custom page on your website where it says, thank you, you've qualified. Please click below to get started with your quiz. And then go from there. They fill it out. They get a customized thank you page after they fill out that quote, right? That quote rate contact page. And then they go to a thank you page. Thanks for opting in. Now, here is the next step you can take. Just in the meantime, while you're waiting for one of us to get in contact with you, then let me clear this here. I can show you. So somebody comes from an ad, right? That we're talking about the pre-qualified quiz type, and then takes them to the site with the customized page where they can be, said, thank you, you've qualified, click here to go submit a quote. It takes them to the quote page. After they submit their quote, then they're taken to a thank you page where this thank you page says, hey, thanks for going ahead and adding a quote. One of us will be with you shortly, blah, blah, blah. In the meantime, if you want to create an account and set it up for yourself, click this button, and that's the magic. If you don't have a customer creation account login portal, create one. Okay, and if you want to get in contact with me about different like softwares for like Courier stuff, then let me know. But what this then does, it maximizes your relationship with the person, for one, but then two, it also shows them that they can get it done faster, done for themselves, or do it yourself in a way, done for you, but they can go in there and add the details, right? So then you can avoid the whole like, let me call you and this blah 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 and blah 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 blah, because there's a lot of time wasted. And I'm a highly productive person, I think, and I don't like wasting time on the phone about endless like non-meaningful conversation. I'm not that person. Like I can have a good conversation, especially with friends and family, but it's not like when I'm on the phone, let's get to the bottom of things. Let's elaborate on it if it needs to be, and let's end it where it needs to be, okay? And then that's it. Bada boom, bada bang. That's just a reality of productivity. And you don't want to be the one working inside of your business, I believe. You want to be able to automate the process, and you can't automate everything. You can automate it to a degree. But now they go in here, and they can go and create the pickup, delivery, blah, blah, blah. Your dispatcher gets a notification, and then next thing you know, you can edit it, the parts that maybe they didn't add all the best details. You maybe have a credit card on there. They can go and submit a credit card, because that reduces you from the equation, right? Put out right there. Reduces the Y, which is, right, if you're on the Y and the X and Y axis, thinking about Y, you're trying to increase your productivity and you're trying to increase your time. Or you can't increase time, you can increase value, but not time. The amount of value you give, right, you get in time back. So create something that can be a more automated process where they can go in there, submit their credit card, whatever details. So you erase yourself from the equation. At times you won't be able to, I get that, but if you can do that as much as possible, it will impact you greatly, because then you have all the systems set up. It's about systems. I'm a person who wants systems in place and creates scalabilities. And if you're not creating a system for your business, you're working in it. You're still working in it. You're trying to remove yourself from it, right? Like my mindset is not an employee mindset. My mindset is, how can I create systems to get myself out? And that's not meaning that I got to automate every conversation or I got to add a chat bot here and there. But when I can talk, I'll talk, but it's going to be meaningful and it's going to be short and concise, basically. But that's it. That's one of those strategies you can use, especially if you're running it from a Google ad. You can be running it from Facebook. Facebook is tremendously huge. And before I move on to this, I don't know why it's doing that. But before I move on, it's about copy, okay? I've excelled lately, and I've been doing it for a while actually, with copywriting. So copywriting is essentially persuasion in a sales format, in a sales page format, sales copy, but it can be anything for like blogging, YouTube videos, Facebook posts, you name it, copywriting. It's the effectiveness of communicating with words to get your customer to believe, right? To change the belief of them and to get them to see the benefits and the meaning of things in a way that then leads them up to the sale. So you got to understand that I will do this and I help you with this, but these ads are crafted in a way where, like, let's look at this one. I can't even pronounce the name. On-demand delivery. Okay, that's fine. Our app has your back to ship whatever you want and when you want. That's good. Get a free quote and schedule a pickup. So this person has something good going for them. I would probably have changed the headline. Going back to the headline, the story is the description and the offer is get a quote, and then it's laid out fine with the extensions. But I would have been more like, what makes you unique? Parcel courier service. Okay, there's a lot of parcel courier services. Number one rated. Okay, that's more unique. Okay, fulfilled in less than 45 minutes. Boom. That's like, and there's so many ways to write an ad that I have so many formats for different businesses that I've worked with and my own businesses. So it's, it depends on what you're doing. But going back to this, copywriting is one, but then two, you got to work on getting in those platforms where your customers are going to be. It's the 80-20 principle, where 20% of the activities are going to drive 80% of your results. So you got to figure out what are those 20% of activities that are going to drive that. And so if your people that you're trying to target are not all on Google, and there's a way, like I said, with quizzes and in other ways of like with your copy on the ad itself, how you can qualify and how you can separate people with keywords and stuff like that. But where are the people congregating? You got to understand that the traffic is out there, but where are your people and how can you target them? If we're still talking about ads at this moment, Facebook is a great way to go. Because if you're in the B2B, which most courier businesses are, you can be in the business to consumer business or in other formats. But this is a lot of the times where you're generating your revenue, most of your revenue, because you have those customers that are actual businesses. And so what happens is then you can target them based on specific demographics, more so psychographics, like what are they thinking? And that part, the psychographics, is the most important part of all of it at the end of it, because it's the way you're going to use your copy to communicate on that ad. What is that ad going to say to them? The hook, the headline, what's going to draw them in? It's going to say attention construction workers. How would you like to get how would you like to get your delivery needs met in less than 45 minutes and be able to finish your job the same day? Whoa, it's like, and then the story then leads them into like giving them more value on like what you're going to touch on. Like, we've been in the business for, it doesn't even have to be talking about you. Talk about a story. Tell them how they're going to get something for free, right? And that's the magic of Facebook ads, is you can give them something for free, like we explained earlier. Give them that offer, that free report sheet, that free rate report sheet. And you might be thinking, like I've spoken with other people, it's like, well, if I gave them a rate report sheet, they might compare it with somebody else. I don't want them going. And, it could happen. But if it's unique and if it's designed and structured in a way where it's like it makes sense to your ideal customer, we're talking about ideally, then it makes the most sense. It's not a risk at that point, and it won't be ever a risk anyways if it wasn't your ideal customer, if you're just sending it to as much people as you can. But if you're talking about, I want the right people, give them something like a free report, a free guide, a free checklist for whatever it is, a free video about your company and free video series on how we do well. But you give them something because it's a micro commitment. They haven't made the sale. You haven't made the sale yet, but they were saying, yeah, I want to know more about the rate report. And that's what most people want. It's like, what is the cost of this? And with giving them this, you take yourself away again from the equation of like, I got to work with them. I got to call them. I got to be on Yelp all the time. And that's fine, because you will get people through like Yelp and stuff, which I'll get to in a little bit, but give them something, show them that, look, these are the rates, this is what I can do, and love it or leave it. And then, yeah, the ones who are attracted to you will come to you and they'll be like, that's a very reasonable thing. And she gave me, or he gave me the prices when I had to go searching for other companies, and I've had to be on phones with people, just so you know, asking me like, yeah, they had confusing rates, they had zip codes and stuff like that, but that didn't make sense to me. And so people get flustered and they go away to the next one. And so you could be the savior. You could be the person who gives them something like that and then builds that rapport with them, and the relationship just skyrockets. And going back to, if you send somebody to the portal to go make a login or create a customer login account, then the possibility of them following through, right? You might be thinking, well, what if they didn't follow through? And that was my initial thought. It's like, now that they have this free report and they know they can go and create their own account, it's like you've doubled it, and you've increased your ROI, your return on investment, your marketing ad spend, if you're doing that, or it's just organic, which I'll show you here in a little bit, it's gone up. So you can target people based on demographics, the companies. You can even target direct companies with Facebook ads and all these things. If you're in the B2B, B2C, people like stay-at-home moms, and you go for that, depending on what your needs are and how big you want to get with your independent courier or whatever it is you're doing. So that's Facebook. Now let me do some Facebook organic. I don't want to show the example again of a current company, but I do want to go into it like this and just tell you that you get Facebook organic. We'll do OG for organic. And so you can be posting, like I said, on your Facebook business page, on your news feed, spending a lot of time on your social media marketing efforts, which will help. It'll bring people little by little. But again, I said this is like a 6-month plus plan. And it seems like, every single day, it's like you get a little bit, but it's not a lot all the time. And the reach is smaller. That's just the way the Facebook business algorithms pages work with Facebook and everything. Because it's just the way it is nowadays, and I won't go into specific details of that, but you'll spend a lot of time on that. So why not boost an ad in the meantime? Go to your Facebook business page is where I prefer you do things. Facebook business ad page, and get that set up. I can help you. But then, you run these ads to a customized page, and you're thinking, I keep running them to my website, like a Google ad. Yes, you can. You can run them to a website, or you can run them to a dedicated funnel, not with just the quiz, but you send them to a page. Let me show you. So you can find it. I have a lot of them in here. Let's do this. The name just came to my mind as I was scrolling. So what ends up happening is you give away something for free of a high value. Let's say the rate report is what you're going to go with. It looks like some things are updating. I don't know. I saw a different interface, and I'm using a tool called ClickFunnels. It's a software I use. And you can totally put your whole website on this. It doesn't work good for like the best, not the best for SEO. If you're trying to put a blog together, which is another way to market your material. Let me see this really quick. Let's go back. I don't think this was it. Let's see. Yeah, but you can host your whole site on theirs. It's a funnel platform, basically, where you can create these like web pages. It's kind of like a website where you go in there and you create these standalone sites. You can see the funnels here from funnel to funnel, page to page, which takes one person from one to the next. So using the example I just gave you about giving a free rate report, when somebody opts in to get that, you get the email. The email is very valuable because then you can follow up and communicate with them. And if they don't want to get on it, they don't want to like make a purchase or a certain delivery right now, but they do want it later. Now they have that, and then you can do just so much more with it. Let's see. There it is. It was this one. I was on the wrong one. So you can use something like this to customize it to your own needs. And what ends up happening is if you send them from Facebook, even a Google ad, you send them to a free rate report. And the free rate report here, it doesn't need to be like front and center. It could be get a quote, but then underneath here, it can be like free rate report sheet. So they can click there, and then it takes them through another cycle, and you market to them in that certain manner. But this is basically it. This is just a copy. It doesn't have to be yours. So it can be like free rate report sheet shows you the 30 plus 30 plus ways we charge that's most effective than anybody else in the business or something like that. Put your name and email address here, and I will send it to you. Boom. It's like that simple. And it can be a free video of your company. Free rate report I know works well. And then what ends up happening then is you take them to the next page where it can be a simple thank you page, right? It can be thank you for opting in. Your guide will be on its way to your email inbox, but wait, click below to go ahead and get started. Right now, you can go ahead and create your account. Right, this is different. This is called a bridge page, where after somebody opts in, if you have a product, then take them to that product. If you're doing e-commerce, and this is where a lot of the businesses have been going, and I've worked with people on that, is if you have an e-commerce business, you send somebody to a free rate report sheet. It doesn't have to always be that, but then you send them to this video, or it can be, it's called a video sales letter, or you send them to a long form sales letter, which is just text. If you're talking about conversions, video works best with text-based, but you have to always like split test and see what's the difference. But you can go here, like your free guide, it's your free rate reports on its way to your email inbox, but wait, why not get this product or whatever it is you're trying to promote to them or sell to them, and you can do that in as simple as a video, and I can help you out with that marketing part of how to structure the script and everything. And then underneath that, it could be like, yeah, let me go buy that. Cool. And then the rest of it will come later on. This you can ignore in the beginning, and then it can grow over time. It's just that simple. Or it could be like a video, or it doesn't even have to be a video. It can be without that. Like if I exited out, if I deleted this, I don't want to delete the element right now, but if I deleted it, there was no video there, it would tell them, yeah, go and here. Create your customer account login. Boom, and that will take them to whatever software you're using, that CRM or whatever it is, your dispatch or whatever it is. It could be something like on-time management. That's a good one you can use. Just throwing one out there that can come with it. And you can create a membership portal where they can go and do this on their own. Or you can send them to a different place. They can send them to a video about you and your company, or the video of you and your company can be on this page. Build more rapport with the person, right? That's the ultimate goal, right? You're your own brand. You're the attractive character. You're the person that people are going to keep coming back to you eventually. They're going to keep taking your services, but the reason they do that also is not because you fulfill on like the benefits of it. It's super fast, on time, blah, blah, blah. It's because of you. Like who are you as the business owner, as the entrepreneur? Like, what is your mission? Who are you trying to help and serve? And that goes a long ways with your branding, and that's going to differentiate you amongst everybody. So you have to have a mission statement. So something as simple as like, I help construction workers quickly get their supplies delivered on time, fast, same day, without a hassle, or something like that. That's it. That's it. Like, I help niche. It's always best to niche down. You'll have a range of them likely, and then it's like niche. Like, this is who I help get what type of result. I help improve. I help connect. I help meet their needs, their delivery needs, so they can XYZ, the benefits, so they can free up their time. They can do their work the same day so that they can have their supplies ready to go now. Okay, so that's simple. It's that simple. Simple thank you, opt in to get this thank you page, and you can get so much more creative later on, or it's part of the systems. Okay, so that part is it. Okay, now let's go into the other steps here. Yelp. Okay, Yelp. Yelp is one that you want. Okay. Why? Because Yelp is more of a platform that, generally speaking, is for reviews. So when people go to Yelp, they also want to see the reviews of the company. They might be searching for somebody, but in the back of their mind, they want to make that kind of an emotional but more logical choice. And most reviews can be a bit of both, depending on what type of review you're looking at. So what ends up happening is, with a lot of people, a lot of courier businesses, this is how they get people to contact them. So it's like, they go to Yelp, and Yelp ads, for one, it's like not my favorite. I would stay away from that. It's just not as effective. Google ads may work better, Bing ads, stuff like that. Facebook ads is a big one. It's one you really should start investing more of your time in. LinkedIn ads can work. LinkedIn organic, great. Because if you're, I'll get into that too. But Yelp, you can go ahead and communicate with people. People will contact on you there. But the thing with Yelp, a lot of the time, if you're trying to remove yourself from the business itself, make it as short and concise. A lot of the times, as a business owner, you want to spend your time searching, like asking and asking questions and questions and questions. It's mindless. If you could just go ahead and sum it up in one thing, like, here's what you need to tell me, fill it out, and then I'll send you to a dispatcher where they can collect more details. So that then if you send them to a dispatcher, then that dispatcher can then send them over to creating a customer account if they want, or you collect payments and get all the details for them. But even at that point, I still think it's mindless, numbing at times, because you want to automate as much as you can. Okay, and so keep it short and concise. Figure out what they need. Send them the way they need to go. Point. Okay, that's stuff we can work with too on your strategy. So Yelp is a big one that you can use. I see a lot of traction there. LinkedIn, okay. I'm probably on like 10 already by now, but and I said 5. It's just said 5 plus. But LinkedIn is a huge one. That's where most business owners go and connect. You're likely already on there. You're gonna go there, and you can form many relationships with people. Something simple with LinkedIn is you can go in there, and if you want to know more about this with ClickFunnels, how you can create your own websites. It's not an actual website builder. It's software for funnels. I showed you the process of it. Sales funnels. So if you have products and services you want to promote, it gives you product pages. It's very convenient. It's the most effective platform out there that I've come across too. It's like the T-Rex. Think about being like watching Jurassic Park, the T-Rex. It's the biggest one of them all. So you're on LinkedIn. You go and form communications, relationships with people. So you go to the page, and I won't spend time too much on that, but you're searching for people, your network. You go and find new people, and I won't go into the process of that, but you can go and find people by industry, what it is you're looking for, and you can connect with these people. All right, you can connect, or you can figure out what it is they need, and then meet their needs that way. Okay, so you can do that and go on there and form the relationships, but also more importantly is you can start posting organic content. And this was what a lot of business owners, they kind of lack not the desire to, but so much the want, because they don't know how effective it'll be, or they think they'll have to like bring out this type of person in them that they don't want to reveal to people. But you're your brand at the end of the day. You have to be more, you don't have to be as personal. You don't have to be really, really personal if you keep it business wise, but people want to attract themselves to you. They don't want to attract themselves to like the actual name of the business all the time. It's like, who's the person behind that? So don't hide behind it. So you can see somebody here, a mentor of mine, Jeff Lerner, but posting content on there, and that's what I've been able to do for businesses. I posted on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, as much as many other ones. Run a lot of ads. I'm an SEO, so I started with search engine. So I've worked with Google Ads. I'm certified. I've done all the blogging. I've done a lot of blogging for my businesses as well, for other businesses. And the thing about that, and I want to go ahead and deviate from the LinkedIn, but that we can work on more of, is to, and with LinkedIn too, there's a strategy, you can use scripts to talk to people. But with here, it's like if you have the blog, right? If you have a certain blog, I won't go into that too much or into the actual businesses that I've helped. But if you have a blog, then you can post search intent content, meaning that people who are looking for, let's say somebody's on Google typing in, Courier near me, or just as that simple. So see how people are like, see these search results underneath? These are the things that people are usually typing into Google. And I figure even more with more, I have to go more with more research is like, I use keyword research tools to know, okay, how many people are searching for that phrase? How much volume is it getting? And is it worth writing a post for? And then I make that post and then it appears right here, like on the search engine results. Right? It'll appear on the first page of Google. And that's what I try to maximize the most. That's where I first started. So here's some posts of mine. And as a marketing consultant, digital marketing consultant, and in other industries as well, not just the agency side, but affiliate and other things that I do. So I have the content here and so forth. But that's less important at this time, me telling you about what I'm doing, but just so you get an idea of how this kind of looks like. These were kind of done fast. I gotta optimize them. But let's go back. So that's another way of doing it. Writing a blog, putting a blog together. And if you don't have a website, something like Wix can work. I use WordPress these days. I just like it for the search engine type of work. And it's more open source. You get a lot of plugins that you wouldn't get with something like Wix or anywhere else for free, which means you can go ahead and customize it and have it further conversion optimized, and it's much easier to manage at times than it is just to have something standalone like Wix where you don't get all those features. If you want to create a custom contact form, if you want to create a certain type of a certain design of a plugin, or it's more so something to help you with the conversion of it, it has it with WordPress and all these other integrations that make it, I think, easier. Wix has grown though; they have all those things too, but I think since WordPress is more open source, pair that up with hosting and stuff like that, it goes a long ways. That's not for this video. If you want to know more about Wix though, I'll leave it in the description below. I have a post on that. You can learn more about it. And like the alternatives I use, like how I use WordPress. And if you want me to help you host your website, I know different places you can do it on. Some of them being like SiteGround, Big Scouts, sometimes I pronounce the word wrong. Bluehost, but that can stack up over time with cost, so I probably avoid a little bit of that at times. HostGator. I use a platform also called Wealthy Affiliate. Wealthy Affiliate will also give you all the resources you need in the training to grow as a business owner. If you're trying to expand, trying to learn even the marketing side yourself and then how to get the sales. And you get daily, you get Friday webinars by people. It's a training platform that gives you all those resources. Let me kind of go into that here. But I use this for my own business's needs. And they also help you out with like e-commerce side of things, how to sell products on your own websites. It's a platform designed for affiliate marketers, basically people who promote other people's products and services, but there's so much more beyond that. It has state-of-the-art hosting, one of the best ones out there. It's always going to have your website up and running, one of the best supports, so you can always ask a question and never feel like you're left alone, and always get it done fast by the community or by the support team that's always there to make sure that you are always focused on what you need to do so you don't have to focus on the mundane things as a business owner. So I use something like this, and you can host your website here. Plus, I'm going to be in there a lot of the time helping you out. So that's one way to go. You can go with WordPress.org, but I like using something like Wealthy Affiliate as much as other ones that I've just named. But yeah, that's that on the marketing side of things. I showed you like 5+ ones: Google, Yelp, Facebook, Instagram. You can use organic posting. Didn't get too much into that, but yeah, that's one way to go. LinkedIn, Google search, Facebook organic. There's so many more of them we can touch on and go even more in deep. Okay, and I don't want to go too deep into this in this video. That's stuff that I can help you out with your marketing strategy, because there is a lot more that I've uncovered, and it's all stuff that I have on a sheet that I can also model for yours. But how to use email marketing, using email marketing, something like MailChimp, right? Email marketing. There's a lot of services out there where you connect with people, send them newsletters. And I've noticed that when you send newsletters, people react and they're like, yeah, this certain driver helped me out nicely. I love the business. You guys are doing great, blah, blah, blah. And it goes beyond and it brings people back, right? And if you didn't have a plan for those other things in your marketing, if you just use the newsletter, it can work, but all these other ones work and you should be using them. Okay, so that's everything in this video. If you want more information about me, look down below. You might be able to get a free guide, or just go to the site and request more information, or I might, send you to a page where you can get in contact with me and get my extra resources for help on all these things that I've mentioned. Okay, so hopefully you learned a lot. You go out there and implement these marketing strategies, digital marketing, outside of like the normal, like go in to the directories, your chamber of commerce, keep reposting on Craigslist, which can't work, but it's like, now we're in the digital age. Get online, grow your business, and see your business and revenue, profits grow, and the impact you give to the community and everybody else around you. All right, thanks. Bye.